Welcome to Dogs of War Gaming Channel. Today we have Game 2 of a regional championship here in Florida. Tonight I have Tree here for commentating.
Hello, everybody.
And
he's Jesus.
Yeah,
by the
I'm
way.
Jesus. I always forget my name. To the left we have Aaron, and then to the right we have Angelo.
Aaron is playing Targaryen. He's running the House of Dreams for the Dragon Pit. His restricted card is Sir Preston Greenfield. The Shadows version, of course, because that's the one that's restricted.
Yeah. And Angelo's running the Stark's House of Dreams Gator Winterfell, and his restricted card is Mara Reed.
So Angelo is playing 59 characters in one location. He is going to flood the board with armies that are super big and hopefully don't get torn down by the burn of the Targaryen deck. And Aaron is going to try to keep Angelo's cards all at strength 0 so that he can win challenges as easy as he can.
That 59 deck, I think, on paper, should have a good matchup against it, because that's a lot of characters to burn.
There are a lot of characters in there that are going to have a hard time with having minus strength. If Aaron's got, for example, Aegon Targaryen out in play, and he's got his Dragon Pit active, which is going to likely be happening, because I think Angelo only has one Shadows card in his deck. That means all of his characters are going to be at -2 strength. That keeps a lot of people really low. But he does have the armies. The 7-strength fleets, the 7-strength bastard boys, the 5-strength northern cavalry flanks.
Yeah, those will be hard.
There's a lot of beef in that Stark deck.
Yeah. The only problem will be Aaron is running the new Dany, and her intrigues, which Starks usually don't have that strong intrigue.
Yep, he is going to be murdering armies with Daenerys. I'd almost guarantee it.
And Daenerys being so good of a card. So I think they're done mulligan.
Yep.
So
Aaron sets up a card in Shadows, a Summer King's Road, and a Twilight Market. Angelo appears to have set up nothing.
Oh.
No, that's actually okay for him. He's going to start out with the Red Wine Straits as his first plot. So that's going to get him 4 gold. Aaron starts out with King's Landing Coup, which is like the premier power struggle that Targaryen loves to play with their to be a dragon. The real question is Aaron running it? Of course he is. He's running 3 of them.
So what do you think is good than not having a setup?
I think he was trying to make sure that he was going to have less cards at command. I think he could have set up a character or two, because the person who has the least cards at command is going to get the 4 gold.
And with House of Dreams only getting 3 gold, he's not going to set up that many cards.
However, Aaron ended up with 4 cards at command because the House of Dreams, the Dragon Pit does count.
Yeah.
So Aaron ended up with 4 cards at command to Angelo's, 4 plus the cards in hand. So Aaron puts down a gold-producing location and Pyat Pri, who is another character who's going to be doing intrigues for murder.
Yep. I still don't know if that was a good...
and he puts the Harpy Scourge on him, which allows him to discard cards to give him +1 strength and give -1 strength to one of Angelo's characters. That's going to be strong. And knowing that, being fairly certain that Angelo is running the 59 card deck, Pyat Pri is not going to be threatened at all. Stark does not have a character that will kill allies like Ser Jorah Mormont or Eris Oakheart.
Oh, okay.
Those are characters you usually see. Those are characters you'll usually see who will target an ally like that right away. He's not running Dissension because he's running 59 characters,
so it's kind of safe.
So, however, Pyat Pri is also the only character he has on the board. But he does have that Myronese fight. Is that Myronese Fighting Pit?
Yep. To make sure the cards.
He's going to be handing out basically a -1 strength to somebody because Angelo is going to have more than one character, more than one unique character compared to his one. King Rob's Host. They do not kneel to attack during military challenges. He gets a free refugee from the gates, which is probably not very strong right now, but free is free. Does he have a follower of the Many-Faced God to stand some guys up? Does not look like it. However, he's got the brand new Sir Edmure Tully, who is a deadly Warcrest 3-strength Bicon that lets him shuffle a card from his dead pile back into his deck. I don't know what happened there.
Pure Pre
Pyro,
did his intrigue.
Pyapri did his intrigue. Oh, here
And
comes
killed Rob,
Khal Drogo. So that was very rapid there. So Pyapri killed Robb Stark, and Edmund Tully shuffled him back in.
Yep. So then Khal Drogo does a military
stealth in King's Rob's house, which kills off a refugee.
Well, 2 cards. 2 characters already dead.
Well, only one is dead, and Jane Westling is going to go fetch him a Robb Stark again next turn.
Oh, it's true.
Which I was looking at. I was trying to think why he killed the refugee when he's going to win dominance and could save it, but I think Aaron's looking at seeing if he can.
Oh, that's the Mormon that if he gets
Jorah Mormont,
discarded,
if he's discarded, he gets put into shadows.
That card is nice. Ooh, Pre bit the dust.
Yep. Oh, he's going to want that Khal Drogo bouncing into play every single turn to give him a challenge with stealth.
Ugh, losing card advantage there because losing that attachment.
Losing the Scourge as well. And here comes a power challenge too, I'm guessing.
Okay. So.
Yeah, Angelo's up 4-1 on power. He's got what looks like control of the board, but I don't know how long that's going to last.
He's almost a third way to winning.
Right, but Targ Dragon Pit, I've played Targ Dragon Pit before. It's definitely not an early game winner. Aaron is probably going to be try to push this one out till turn 6, turn 7, get that dead pile nice and big, full of burn characters.
And I bet you also he's trying to cycle his city plots in so he could get rid of Gator Bear Winterfell with his plot.
Because that will eliminate the free guy ability of Angelo. We have Valor and crossing the Ruby Ford.
They're counting the cards in command. There's a miscarding.
They're counting again. So who gets it? Angelo has got the fewest cards at command.
But he's going to lose West.
The interesting thing that Angelo could have done here, if he had chosen to, because he's got initiative, I believe, at this point. If he had chosen to trigger Aaron's plot first, the Valor, he is guaranteed to have less cards at command because he just lost 3. And that is about the sickest rip he gets. He draws a Robb Stark off the top of his deck on his draw phase. But apparently he has told Aaron to go first. That's interesting. Guess he wants to be able to react. I would think in this deck, in this game where neither of them really is playing for the short game, I would think that Angelo would take the role of the aggressor.
I agree.
Because Aaron's playing the control deck. So there's Magister Illyrio.
I guess, Burn normally likes to go second. So I guess giving him to go first.
Try to push him out of the comfort zone a little bit, maybe, but because it gives him less. It gives him it removes the opportunity for him to react during the. That is so good during the marshalling phase. Pyrophobia. As soon as Robb Stark enters play, his strength is reduced to 2, which means Pyrophobia can push him back into the hand.
Ugh.
And here's Robb Stark again. Does Aaron have another Pyrophobia? Does not look like it. But he just made Robb Stark cost 8 gold.
Ugh.
That is an expensive Robb Stark, and. That is a Northern Cavalry flank that comes into play in Nelt. That's a good thing for Angelo. He's got an army. It's not going to do much this turn, but next turn it's going to do something. House Umber Berserkers are going to kill Magister Illyrio and the Stalwart guy who goes back to the top. Super strong play right there. I'd forgotten the Berserkers were an army.
Oh, wow.
Because when they enter play, each player has to choose and kill a character. Angelo has Stalwart guys. They're not really costing him much. That one cost him a gold. And he's got the Berserkers for, presumably, the power challenge. Aaron's going to bring out Jorah Mormont, presumably to win dominance.
Or not.
Or not. I'm confused here. Has he forgotten to...
Guess he did it. I don't know.
Or he might have done it during the standing phase of the taxation phase.
Oh, no, the army was still up, and I think there are 4 strength.
No, the army was Nelt because they attacked. Remember, the Northern Cavalry flank came into play tapped, and the Umber Berserkers did came in because Robb Stark was tapped, and and they attacked. So dominance actually there might have been... Well, no, it's... I believe they just missed it. That's the only thing I've got. Because either Aaron had a gold or he had a character and played her in the dominance phase.
No, whatever.
Yep. Hopefully it doesn't cost him the game.
So you're saying just thinking about his plot?
Yep. City of Sin is going to be kneeling 2 characters, I believe. I have a good feeling I know which 2 it's going to be.
In the army?
Which army?
The flank?
Yep, that's what I would do. Oh, no, he's only got 1 city plot in the discard, in the use pile.
Yeah.
Because he valored on turn 2, so... Still, kneeling Robb Stark is a painful blow to the Stark player, who is going to be returning some characters. Well, each player will be bouncing something to their hand, to the top of their deck.
What do you bounce? The army? The middle one?
I think I would bounce the House Umber Berserkers.
Yeah, so you could kill again.
So you can get their triggered effect again. On Aaron's side, I'm guessing he's going to be bouncing the Twilight Market.
Oh, it doesn't have to be a character. Yeah.
It can be any card in play. So Angelo, if he really wanted to, could bounce his Gates of Winterfell, but I don't think he wants to. He could choose. He's going to choose Robb Stark, so he's going to play Robb Stark again, presumably this turn. Now the real question is, has Aaron drawn into a Pyrophobia? I think I just saw a Prize 2 Queen of Dragons in his hand. We'll see if that gets played out. We have a free Sansa Stark who does not let him go search because she has to be played from the hand. That one's a little tragic.
Yeah.
But it gets him an intrigue icon on the board for next turn. Maybe even for this turn. Oh, he only has 3 gold. He's not going to be able to play Robb Stark this turn. And he is open to an intrigue challenge right now, unless he plays someone with an intrigue icon.
I know it would be devastating if he
loses that Robb Stark. I'm assuming he only has the 1 copy in hand right now, because it looks like he drew Old Nan and some card that is mixed with Baratheon. That would be the one, Wildling Bard. He can let you discard a card to give a Stark or Baratheon character renown for the turn. Or for the phase, I guess. I think he does that up to 3 times a turn. And there she is.
Mr. Danny riding the dragon.
Miss Murder herself.
Ooh, Jamie.
Oh, there he is. Nightmares on the Northern Cavalry flank says they're going to be tapping to attack this turn.
That's the hardest card for me as a player to play.
Nightmares?
Because, you always want to try to hold it for the perfect time. And I just see so many players that just use it, not use it as soon as they get it, but they use it very quick.
That's kind of the way I am about things. I believe Angela just gave the House Umber Berserkers renown by discarding an Old Nan. He's actually got a discard pile this game now.
Oh, wow.
With Nightmares, I think it's one of those cards you can very easily hold in your hand all game and decide that there's never a good time to play it.
Optimal.
An optimal time, exactly. There's always going to be a better time to play it. You can always think of some time where it could be better. Looks like Wildling Bard just got reduced to 0 strength. Luckily, there's no terminal effects on the board. So here come the House Umber Berserkers, presumably in a military challenge. Just a guess. Nope, it was a power challenge, and he got unopposed. And here comes the flank. Flank's got to be doing military. And they had to tap to do it. Pose with Jorah, kill Jorah for claim.
Military.
Oh, Kingdom of Shadow. So that was an intrigue. Kingdom of Shadow says that he stands a Shadows character. So he's going to get 2 challenges out of Jorah this turn.
Out of Jamie?
Jamie, that's right. That's Jamie. Jorah's dead.
And Kyle showing up. The whole family's coming.
That was, so Daenerys... Why is Daenerys Nelts? Did he do a challenge?
He did a power more likely.
And didn't kill anybody.
Yeah, he killed the army.
Oh, yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yes, there's not a flank or a Sansa Stark on the board anymore. Momentary distraction from the other side of the store. So what do you think at this point as Angelo? Is this where you try to draw some cards, or do you go for some kind of an effect? He's going for fleeing to the wall. Each player will be choosing 3 locations to keep.
Ooh, not that bad.
No, it's pretty strong right here. He's going to get rid of some. They need to remember that the Dragon Pit counts as well. I'm sure they will. Both top-notch players. I'm sure Angelo will catch that at some point, I hope.
Oh, it does count as one of them.
It does, because it is a plot effect. However, Aaron has just knelt out Angelo's board. And power is 6-6. All of a sudden, the Targaryen player has tied it up. Slowed down the Starks to a crawl. And again, 3 gold. Not enough to play Robb Stark.
That's rough.
Yeah. He chooses his plots. He's done it to himself.
Yeah.
But it's tough to pick that to have that many.
Married.
Oh, well. I'd say that when someone dies, that she'll be going back into shadows, but she's probably going to be the one that dies. So she won't be going back to shadows. She'll be going to the dead pile.
Danny will make sure she dies.
Yep. Is he going? Oh, I think he's going to hardcast the Riders of the Red Fork. That is, well, actually, it's not horrible here. They're 2 strength, and they're immune to all of Aaron's event cards. And what did he just play? Something with 2 icons.
I think he's a Dragon Thief.
Might be, yeah. Yep.
Oh, the reason I didn't put it in the editing because he did a take back.
Ah.
So what do you think about takebacks in this level of play?
I don't ask for them, and I usually tend not to give them. I don't see them asked for very often, just because I think most people are assuming that top level play, and that when you play it to the board, you're stuck with it. I'm not sure what the issue was here, though.
He wanted to put a card in shadows instead of playing the
Dragon Thief.
Yeah.
Well, Dragon Thief is not doing what it usually does here. If he plays it, it's just a 2-strength guy. Yep, yeah. Angelo sends in the Riders from the Red Fork, and they become 0. Because Aaron still has 2 unique characters to Angelo's 1. It's pretty strong. Aaron sends in the Intrigue. Gets to untap Jaime and get some power. Pulls a Blackfish and Stalwart character. Stalwart characters actually go to the discard pile at that point. There's Khal Drogo again, I'm sure. Here comes Daenerys. She's going to kill Mira Reed on a power challenge.
It's going downhill from now.
This is rapidly... the inability to drop Robb Stark into play for 2 turns is really hurting Angelo here. Yeah. Basically, only being able to play 1 guy to the board and having his board tapped out is just pretty devastating. 13-4. This has been a massive swing.
One thing. There's twice that Aaron uses Jaime for dominance. Wouldn't you bit off using something else as dominance, like Carl?
Well, here's the thing.
Khal
Drogo is not staying in play. Khal Drogo.
Oh, he leaves at the end.
He goes back to the hand at the.
It's just
which makes him an incredibly safe character because he's never going to die. What did they pick for plots? I didn't see. Looks like Aaron killed lands with the city plot that kills lands.
Yeah.
Which means there's no more Gates of Winterfell, and Angelo went for as much card draw as he could, which is still going to leave him with 3 gold.
Is all his plots 3 gold except for the first turn?
The first few, and honestly, the one potential play he had here was to play Under the Bridge of Dreams, which is the 1 gold plot that gives you 2 gold and then lets you trigger one of your other plots.
Oh, and trigger.
He could have used it to trigger Red Wine Straits to pick up 4 gold to put him on 7 for the turn.
Oh, yeah.
However, Mummer's Fort is never a bad thing. Having as many options as you can.
But you could have done that like 2 or 3 turns ago, a turn or 2 ago.
My optimal play, I usually end up trying to play a Mummer's Fort as my turn 3 plot, just because it nets you 2 cards then, you play another river after it, which nets you 3 cards, and then you play as your 5th plot Under the Bridge of Dreams and trigger Mummer's Ford to get another 4. So you end up drawing a total of 9 cards off of it in every plot cycle. And it does leave you kind of stuck into playing a specific rotation, but it's not a bad rotation.
Yeah.
Here's Brienne.
The Nightmare.
Unfortunately, Brienne does not stop Daenerys because she's not in the challenge when Daenerys is declared as an attacker.
That's before the...
And King's Landing Assassin comes out and says goodbye to Brienne.
It's...
Aaron pushes through an intrigue and picks it up.
Yep. It went downhill, man. Aaron did a good job of containing Robb Stark. You know?
He contained Robb Stark, and just you can't win challenges when your characters are so low on strength.
Yeah, that was tough loss for Angelo, but
Daenerys is brutal.
Yeah. And Aaron's a good player, man. He's one of the guys from New York meta that came all the way from New York to here, Florida, to play. So very good player. You know.
Yeah,
nice
I'll say it now. Thank you very much, Aaron and Sandy, for coming all the way down to play on our regional. It was awesome having you guys here. Hope to see you again soon.
Okay, take care, guys.